It's over. The inspection week is done. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. I'm currently walking Zuko. We're gonna go this way, come on. And it is the end of what has been an incredibly long week, and in fact, an incredibly long series of weeks preparing for this inspection. Similar to Ofsted in the UK, out here in the UAE, there is KHDA, which is down in Dubai, ADEC, which is in Abu Dhabi, and I have no doubt that the other Emirates have their own equivalent as well. And they come in and they observe what you're teaching. They look at your processes and all of the key things that any inspectors will look at to make sure that your school is rated appropriately. So we've had that. There's been a lot of preparation going into it, which is why I've not posted a video recently. So today's video is going to be a bit about the process that I've been through personally in preparing and then undertaking this week of inspection with my colleagues at work. We don't know the results as of such yet, because they have to be like officially determined and stuff. But it's been a long week and I'm glad it is the weekend. Come on, let's go. Oh, I'll take these off. So first part of the video, all schools go through a cycle. Basically, every 3 to 4 years, a school will be inspected. Sometimes that is a little bit longer depending on certain situations. Obviously, COVID set it back. And if schools, other schools, for instance, are not where they should be, then inspectors are more likely to hit them more regularly. So some schools can go quite a while without being inspected. Anyway, this year was sort of the last year really that my school had for inspection. So we were very confident that we were going to get hit, and we obviously did last week. So yeah, every school will go through it. Now the ratings for inspections, and if you're a teacher watching this, you'll already know, but if you're not, are important because they're an indicator of the quality of teaching and learning within the school, the processes behind the scenes and things like that. For an independent school like mine, it is also an indicator of how much the school can basically charge parents. So it can be quite important for a school, especially if the school is profitable. But yeah, so we were at the kind of very end of our sort of time before we needed to be inspected again, and we were inspected. So because we knew we were going to be hit this year, the entire year, in fact, the last 18 months or so, has kind of been preparation. We've been putting things in place. There's been lots of decisions behind the scenes. All of our meetings have been gunning towards making sure that we are inspection ready. There's been lots of observations happening. We've had people like heads and things from other schools coming down to give their opinion and take. So it's been quite a year. And then last Monday, we got the phone call or the email. And again, this might be different in different parts of the world, but out here in Abu Dhabi, you will get a phone call on the Monday to say, we're going to be there in a week. So they give you a week's notice. When you get that phone call, you know, you got a week to prepare. What are you looking at? Just something exciting in the bush. Is there? Apparently not. Do you want a drink? I think that's a good idea. Is that better? Hey, what is this? Good boy. Good boy. It is starting to get a bit too hot for him. We've left at about 7 a.m. and it's 35 degrees already. But what can you do? Got to come out early or really late, one or the other. So having received the phone call last week, first thing that happened was we obviously had a big team meeting. The head came in, spoke to us about what the inspectors had said to him, clarified a few details as to what their focus was going to be, and then it was up to us to make sure everything was prepared. Within teams, we had to make sure all of our lesson plans were as detailed as they possibly could be, and we spent basically the entire week prepping. That took an awful long time, prepping lesson plans with so much detail, resourcing, getting everything ready, making sure the environments were good. We were also observed in-house by people just to make sure that what we were doing as teachers was up to scratch and any feedback where necessary. So there's just been an awful lot going on. But it led us in and it set us up nicely for them when the inspectors were going around understanding that at any moment we could be hit and any moment someone could come in to observe us, and everything that was observed was obviously contributing to their views and their opinions and their ultimate judgment on the school. So it's been a long couple of weeks, but yeah, I think overall it's been very positive. I'm just very tired. One thing that I will add at this point, although it's been a lot of work, where is he? Oh, there he is. Woo! Whilst it's been a lot of work, the camaraderie has been palpable. It's been amazing. I work in a junior school, so we work in teams. We work together. I'm in year 4, and there's 3 other teachers that work with me. And being able to plan and organise resources together and share ideas has been fantastic. And even during the last week when the inspectors were in, walking up and down the corridors, people were like, oh, how's it going? How's it going? Have you been hit yet? Has someone come into you? Like, good luck and all this kind of stuff. So when under pressure, the team came together and it was fantastic. So the week itself was full of anticipation. It's probably the best way I can describe it. The inspectors, there were about 3 or 4 of them, were situated in an office in the main building of my school. They were being supported by the leadership team, who would recommend them where to go, would take them around the school, would sort of give teachers a bit of a heads up if they could about where they were going to be. And they basically just spent the rest of the time walking around, looking at different lessons, popping in, popping out, talking to kids. I was hit fairly early on. I had a lady come into me. She came into me during my English lesson on Monday. She came in, introduced herself, came and sat down, looked through all of my plans. I went over when I had a break in teaching to set the kids off. I sat down with her, I explained the class setup, I explained the children that were in the class and the kind of metric, I guess, to the class, like the EAL, things like that. Like, got an SEN lad in my class, and yeah, I was looking at all of those things and explaining that to her. I took her through some of the books, explained it. She had a few questions for me about what the kids had been doing in the past, what opportunities they had to write and stuff like that. She sat there for about 40 minutes, spoke to a few children, watched what I was doing, watched what the kids were doing, the interactions. And then she thanked me and she went. And then the rest of the week was me being in anticipation, wondering whether she was going to come back again. And she didn't, but I did see her around. I did hear and speak to other teachers that had her and the other inspectors in. But yeah, there was a lot of like anticipation, waiting on the edge of your seat. Are they going to come back? Are they going to come back? And it's a bit of a shame that they didn't really. I quite enjoyed having her in. It was quite nice. And I quite wanted to show progress throughout a series of lessons. But that's how an inspection goes. Some people I don't think got hit at all. Others were hit multiple times. So there is a lot of anticipation. Zooks, we're at the halfway mark now. That's it. Let's go back. Good boy. I know it's hot, isn't it? Yeah, look at that big tongue flopping out. Right, come on in. Let's have a wander back. Let's go. The feedback, the results of it. After every day, the inspectors went and they had a meeting with the leadership team at my school, who did their best to forward on any regards, any information about what the inspectors had seen that day, with things that they thought were good, things that they would like to see over the next coming days. So that happened throughout the week, which was great, because it kind of gave us teachers a bit of an insight into what the inspectors were looking for and helped us kind of prepare for the following day. We had a meeting on the last day, yesterday, Friday, where our head basically just thanked us all for the hard work and spoke to us about the overall feedback, but couldn't give us a definitive sort of grading, because that has to go for official means and released officially. So we might not find out what the official results are for another month or so, but the hard work has been achieved, it's been done, it's all happened, and now we can relax into the weekend. We've got 3 weeks left until Eid. There are 2 Eids in the year. Then Eid is about a week, just under a week off. Then I've got a week left and then I'm done. So in total, I've got 4 weeks of teaching left before the summer. And Daisy and I have already booked our summer trip, or at least the start of our summer trip. So we need to try and keep the energy up for the last part of the year. And then we have got a really nice long summer break, which I am going to bring the camera with me. So yeah, 4 weeks to go. Whew. So that is the end of the video. I just wanted to give a bit of an update as to my experience over the last couple of weeks in readiness and preparation and duration of the inspection. I don't think it was as bad as I thought. I thought I was going to be asked loads and loads of questions about different things, and whilst I was asked questions when the lady came into my room about what I was doing and about things that she did or didn't see in the books, I was able to give her evidence and explain it to her, and we had a good conversation about it. She thanked me, and the kids were great, and they thanked her for joining us. And then that was it, really. And again, we saw her around school, and I had some nice conversations with the lady, and sort of supported her on her journey around the school. But yeah, it really wasn't as bad as I was envisioning. But I think that's always the case, isn't it? You always kind of think the worst, and it, yeah, hopefully doesn't go as bad as you think it's going to go. But there you go. If you guys want tips and tricks or things that I did to keep myself sane during that week, then let me know. I tried my best to keep it as normal as possible. I still went to the gym. I still did the things I normally do, because I think that's important for my well-being. I went to the quiz on a Tuesday. I did all those things that I would normally do in a normal week. So it didn't overwhelm me. But there we go. I am now going to have as much of a relaxing weekend as I possibly can do, because I'm quite tired and it has been a long couple of weeks, as I've already said. And I will see you in the next video. We're going to say goodbye. I think that's as good as you're going to get. See you in the next one.